Hey, you see this po' boy? You see this plate of fish? We get it in one place here in Baton Rouge at Cork's, right here on Government and South Foster. Here with our friends, the new owners of Cork's Restaurant. Welcome, guys.
Thanks so much for having us.
This is exciting. It's exciting. Go ahead, give us your name.
Paul Madincka.
I'm Michael Madincka.
We know this name, right? What are you thinking about? Barbecue.
That's right.
Barbecue.
The Couyon's Barbecue Brothers,
Couyon
as they
Barbecue,
sometimes
yeah.
refer to us.
I know. So why did you decide to do seafood? You're successful in barbecue. We love it.
We've been very blessed, obviously, with the barbecue. We love what we do. You know, we were looking for something something Baton Rouge didn't have.
Okay.
So what we wanted to do is put together a fast, casual seafood restaurant
Okay.
with a drive-through,
Okay.
where you can get sit-down table service quality. And I don't just mean quality that anybody accepts. I'm talking about the kind of seafood quality South Louisianians are looking for.
Right on.
Well, and you know, growing up, that was something that my family always really craved, was really, and it was a treat, right? Just like getting fried chicken is a treat, just like getting donut is a treat. We wanted that treat sometimes of some really good fried fish, really good fried shrimp. My mom loved crawfish etouffee growing up. And you know what we found out? That if you wanted to go and get those things, even in Louisiana, you had to go and sit down somewhere to eat them. And there was typically a little bit of pomp and circumstance, right? That might be a full service restaurant. If you just wanted to pick that up in a quick and easy atmosphere, especially families who are on the move and want to pick something up and go home, it didn't exist, right? And
Because I have to say this, when we are in the same building that the Captain D's was.
Right, that's right.
And so you think about fast, quick seafood, and you think about they had the drive-through, they had the fried fish that was battered with the beer batter and all that. So what are you doing to set yourself apart from that idea?
Well, you know, that beer battered style is really not from Louisiana. That's more of a northeastern style fish.
Yeah.
We've gone with the crisp cornmeal breading, cornmeal and corn flour. We picked large, extra large Gulf shrimp.
Okay, Gulf shrimp.
That's
Very
right,
important, yeah.
very important. And we fry our fish nice and crispy, you know, and that's how we're used to getting it down here. You know, the beer batter and all those type of things, that didn't really fit our culture down here. So we wanted something that made us feel like at home. And we couldn't stop and find that any place other than at our restaurant in Couyon's, because of course we serve some very similar dishes there, but there was no place in Baton Rouge to do that, we felt.
Well, we're glad that you're here. So the name Cork's, give me a little bit of history about that name, Cork's. There's the blue, the white, the red.
Sure.
What is that?
Well,
You know,
I tell you, we've grown up around fresh fish our entire life. We've been fishing our entire life, freshwater and saltwater.
Okay.
And there was a lot of nostalgia in our family around the gear, right? Getting ready for the fishing trip.
Getting ready for it.
Lures, corks, lines, reels, equipment, all the things, right, that you need for the big fishing weekend. And so I think Michael and I both have a lot of nostalgia around that little red and white bobber, sitting on a this right here, okay, sitting sitting on the dock at the lake, watching that little bobber, just wishing that it would go under, YZell, you know. And sometimes it did, and it was a fun result.
And I know we both caught our first fish on this cork, so it's got a very nostalgic feel, and we feel like probably a lot of other people feel the same way about it. You know, they grew up fishing with that cork. Anybody who's been around seafood or has gone to the lake with their family fishing, everybody's experienced that. And we kind of felt like it would be a common denominator for a lot of folks.
Well, we've said for a long time that a big part of who we are and who our company is bringing people together with great food.
Okay.
Right? And that's what we're doing here. We pride ourselves that even in the short time period,
I'm gonna pop one.
it should be under the mic.
Absolutely, go for
Try
it.
one, Doug?
Yes.
Oh yeah. It's right on the spot. Yeah, I'm loving this right. It's really good. It's big shrimp too. A lot of flavor.
That's right.
Like that batter.
So we're all about bringing people together, you know, and that's been that was how our family was when we were young. You know, any kind of family gathering was centered around a big meal. And once again, we think that that's how most South Louisiana families are.
That's nice. Yeah.
Right, and so we've seen that. You know, one of my favorite things at Couyon's is seeing our regular customers that we see all the time, who we don't necessarily know they know one another. But it's a meeting place. It's a place where you run into other people that you know, and you end up sharing a meal and good conversation with them.
Food brings people together.
That's right.
It brings them together.
That's right.
You mentioned something earlier that you were getting into schools with some fishing competitions. Like I have been in Baton Rouge for a long time. I didn't even know that anything existed.
Well, there are a couple of local schools that have bass fishing teams. They're tournament bass fishing teams. Several of them have gone to nationals and certainly, obviously, the state. We sponsor both the Bruley High team and we help jumpstart the Catholic High team as well.
That's very good.
Absolutely.
Wow. I would like to bring in our friend Chef Celeste. Here, she's sitting there peeking at all this good food.
Oh, yes.
Let's see if we can try some and talk about the fish. This is etouffee.
Louisiana crawfish etouffee,
I mean,
jumbo
it looks
gold shrimp.
wonderful.
You know,
How
I
you
tell
doing,
you, and the
Chef?
fish is
I'm good, how are
fantastic.
you?
It's so clean. These fish bites, you know, growing up, I don't know what it was about the way that my grandfather cut these fish bites for us.
Yeah.
Something about the meat to batter ratio on these fish bites is just fantastic. And that has been a huge talking point for us. The shrimp that is not is not gluten free because we use a wash that has a little bit of wheat flour in it, but the fish is gluten free, and so you can taste it, Chef. I mean, how nice is that?
Very nice. And I actually heard about this morning. A young lady was telling me about this place, and here we are today, and she was loving it. And she was saying with the etouffee, she just needs a straw.
Well, we worked on this recipe for a long time, and as Michael mentioned earlier, we've been serving seafood in Port Allen for almost 14 years. And
looks
So this is
amazing,
like a
though.
natural progression.
well, and look at this shrimp.
Yeah.
Look at this thing.
And I have a question.
Yes.
How is it important to you all as brothers and as a company to use Louisiana products, Gulf shrimp, U.S. farm-raised catfish, just fresh, not imports?
Well, it is important to us, and I think we all know that, and it's on the side of our building, is that, our recipe was born in the fried seafood capital of the world. You know, we take a lot of pride. I mean, there's nothing like a Gulf shrimp, right? I mean, look, this is a quarter. This is a quarter. I mean, look at this. Where in Baton Rouge can you go and get a shrimp like that at a drive-thru? Much less at a full-service restaurant. I mean, you can, but you're going to pay for it. You're going to pay for it.
It's something we've been saying for a long time, is that we're all about the quality, and we try and price everything as reasonably as possible, but we're not good at small. So we like.
This is a normal basket.
That's a normal
This is
basket.
not a
That's
shell
right.
basket.
We want big.
Normal
We want big shrimp. We want
Wow.
full plates. We want people to feel like they've gotten their money's worth when they come here and eat with us.
Very
You know.
We certainly thought so, and once again, it all goes back to people travel from all over the world and all over the U.S. down to South Louisiana, and down to South Louisiana. I'm so glad you're enjoying
back
it.
in here to say, this is so good.
I'm so glad you're enjoying it. And look, Chef Celeste, and I say this with all due respect, like when we have ladies like yourself and folks that have been eating seafood longer than Michael and I have been alive in South Louisiana, telling us that this is some of the best shrimp that they've ever eaten, or this is one of the best shrimp po' boys that they've ever had, or we're seeing them in here multiple times. Like, we know we're doing a little something right?
Yeah, I'm over here minding my business, eating my shrimp, and I'm looking at Ken, I'm like,
And right, so the idea is that, we serve a product that people from all over the world and all over the country come down to South Louisiana for, and that's the first thing that they want. So the hope and goal is we're going to focus really hard here on Government Street, and our entire focus right now is this location. We're not getting ahead of ourselves, but the dream, of course, is to one day to be able to grow this concept. If you look at our menu, it's a simple menu on purpose. It's very scalable, very easy to train. We've got all of our recipes down to a fine science in the kitchen, and we're hopeful that Baton Rouge will give us the opportunity to be successful here, and we'll be able to grow it into other markets.
It sounds like it's going to work. So you want to give us your address and your hours?
Sure, we are at 5131 Government Street, so we're at the corner of Government and South Foster. Right, everybody knows the area, right? There's a Cane's right across the street. Circle K is right next door. So we're open 10:30 to 9, 7 days a week.
7 days a week, okay.
And corksfishandshrimp.com has all the info. That's corksfishandshrimp.com.
And you can find us on the Toast app to do your online ordering as well.
Great. Sounds like a winner, gentlemen. I'm going to dive into this po' boy. I'm going to run off to the side. Thank you very much for this interview. And I'll be seeing you guys around.
Man, thanks so
Sounds
much.
great.
Yeah,
Thank you for
thanks so
coming
much
to
for
see us.
being here.
And look at this.